So guys, basically the next few clips are going to be of Nick Wright looking stupid in his toxic opinion about the Golden State Warriors. Let's begin.
On the court, more importantly, I think what they did this offseason made them the perfect team to beat 90% of the teams in the league and made it much less likely that they win the title and that they beat great teams. Colin, they're 34-6. They're 34-3 against everyone except for the three other best teams. They're 0-3 against them. You want to include the last three of the finals, 0-6 in their last six against the best teams in basketball. 34-3 against everybody else.
They got better at what they were great at.
Yep.
And they are less of what they weren't great at. They're less physical, and they're not as deep.
Well, they absolutely right. They made it to where they can sleepwalk through games like they did last night against Detroit and still cover and win by 20. Last night against Detroit, they weren't that engaged. It was close at half, but at every point of the game, they had the three best players on the court, so they're going to win.
I watched some of that.
But how does that translate come the NBA Finals?
Second round, second test, am I right? Here, the Warriors had to go up against the gritty Memphis Grizzlies. Both Mike Conley and Marc Gasol played in the series. Gasol was actually one of the best centers in the league at the time, averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists at his position. But anyway, the Grizzlies were looking to come out and set the tone of the series from the start. They wanted to play a physical game with a huge focus on defense. The Warriors won Game 1, but in a complete shocker, the Grizzlies handed them their first home loss in 6 months in Game 2. This is the game that Tony Allen reminded the world why he was
first team all defense. First team all defense. First team all defense.
Yeah, what he said. But how did the Warriors respond to this loss? By losing Game 3 too. Yep, the Warriors were in a 2-1 hole going into Game 4. One of the main reasons why they found themselves in this position was the absolutely overwhelming defense Memphis was playing. I mean, just look at this. Look at how tight they played Curry and even Clay. For the people who think Curry didn't face any pressure defensively from the perimeter, just check the tapes. And the Grizzlies crowd at the Grindhouse loved the passion on defense. But finally, like how most great teams do, the Warriors figured it out by winning games 4, 5, and 6 decisively and moved on to their first Western Conference Finals in decades.
So as you can see, those few clips are pretty much making Nick Wright look stupid. I mean, I don't understand what this freaking groove from Despicable Me, this Grinch looking from, well, called The Grinch Stole Christmas, and definitely Gargamel from The Smiths with the small nose thinks that he can just get away with painting this absurd negative narrative against the Warriors. It's confirmation bias, which is basically confirming your biases by just making lies up by someone that you hate. Now, let's get into the arrogance of the Warriors. There isn't any, because celebrating well-deserved wins doesn't equate to arrogance, and I don't care for you having an opinion that is not even true. That leads you to downplay their skills and hard work, because it seems like that they're a dirty team, or perhaps they win too much when as professional basketball players. Well, that's kind of their job. If they lose, then they aren't doing their job. Now, to be honest, also, as the clip show from Clutch Dreams, links to these will be in the description down below, that basically, yeah, the best team is suspected to win the NBA Finals. It should be common sense, to be honest. Now, and also, it proves that the Warriors were a laughingstock franchise of the NBA. Now, speaking of which, Tim from Tim and Sid also agrees with this statement.
And the basis for all this, for the Warriors, and you mentioned this a little bit, but we have to remember, like 5 years ago, this was a laughingstock franchise in the NBA. But what they did to repair that, maybe a little over 5 years ago, was draft well.
He goes on to detail on the stats of Stephen Curry, Draymond, Klay Thompson, and basically go through the whole thing of what happened in the drafting of these players. And also continuing on basically saying that playing on the Warriors team is fun. That's why people joined it. You can't get mad at someone for wanting to join something fun. Now, honestly, let's play devil's advocate, going back to the whole Nick Wright's accusations of the Warriors supposedly being arrogant. Well, especially on the court. Now, it may seem like, unsportsmanlike conduct, but do you have to understand? So national television and the NBA has become a part of pop culture, a form of entertainment. Therefore, of course, I accept the Warriors being, arrogant as a form of entertainment. It can generate, some views, therefore it can generate revenue, not only for the Golden State Warriors, but also the league, keeping it run. Now, I understand your frustration, but it seems like they're just one of the most immoral teams of them all, but that's not the case. Everything is not what it seems. Now, if you want to win, do what the Warriors did. Draft well. You better, make sure that you advance basketball IQ. You got to, do everything in your power. Work hard. You gotta make sure that you win. And one more thing. I said it in my last video, and I'm gonna say it again. The Warriors are definitely an organically built team as displayed and proven by the previous points shown. Now, honestly, I get it. It can get boring seeing the same team win over and over and over, but when you have constant results over and over and over, you're gonna get, especially when it comes to the results that end up making you win. Yeah, of course, that's gonna set the Warriors up to win. I don't want to hear any complaining. Competition is not about just letting them win or whatever, or at least being nice. It's about being respectable, but also doing your job, which is, as I previously stated, to win basketball games. Now, and also, same thing for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Their jobs are to win football games. Can't get mad at the person who are working hard and then just sit there and right there. Success of as, either cheating or, for that matter, favoritism in the league. That's just absurd. Now, let's talk about bandwagons. Now, I don't think it should be stigmatized to be a bandwagon fan, because it's better than just being a bandwagon hater of something. Because, I see bandwagon fans as people who are basically people who saw something that looked fun or saw the potential in a team and then or something and decided to become a fan of that. And I don't appreciate hardcore fans basically trying to give these absurd and arbitrary pop quiz questions of the casual fan.